Perfect.
YouTube Retro God back with another one, and on today's episode we got the LeBron 9 South Coast. Kind of looks like a South Beach, but anyways, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. You already know we about to take a look at these hoes in 4K, throw them on the turntable, make them do the merengue for us, and see if they're worth everything they're supposed to be worth. If they got the LeBron stamp of approval. Without further ado, let's head to the turntable, fam. I'm off this. Alright, YouTube, we're taking a look at the LeBron 9 South Coast. Let's take a look at the suburb. First thing that we have here is a 3M Nike swoosh in a kind of a lime green. And what's surprising to me is they actually didn't continue the 3M on the inside. So one of these is 3M and one of these isn't. This is an overlay print, and this one is actually 3M. 3M. I said it before and I'll say it again. 3M for the win, man. I love 3M, especially at nighttime. I just wish they made both of the check marks 3M instead of just one of them. Usually you have your silver 3M, and this is a bit different, man. This is just gonna hit a bit different. On this mid panel here, what we usually have is some sort of weaved mesh, almost like a carbon fiber. But as you see here, it's basically just a textile, but it's a padded textile, so there's a lot of cushion here. Now I know the materials are a little bit different on this one, and you know, not everything has to be the same on every model, but I can appreciate a little bit of a switch up every now and then on the materials. It's almost all TPU and textiles anyways these days, so what? It doesn't look like it in the picture, but you can actually feel it pretty good. You know, if you can notice, there's a bit of a bubble here on the ankle section. And you know, they just do a good job of padding this. And you know, that's something I really like, because textiles and these fabrics are uncomfortable sometimes for the most part. Now, if you guys will notice, there's just this big cool design in blue here that goes all the way around. And that's one of the defining features of the LeBron 9. It's just really cool to look at in general. Now, I'm not quite sure about this blue color that they have going on. It's not super South Beachy. You know what? These shoes are fire with a pink lace swap. That's all you really need with these, fam. It looks like they put some fly wire under here and they're trying to hide it. You know, usually the fly wire is more visible, but this isn't that dynamic fly wire stuff. This is that first generation stiff fly wire that's, you know, it does its job. It keeps you contained, and they have it going from kind of your pinky toe to the side of your foot, and in this region coming up into the lacelet section. Speaking of the lacelet section, there's not much to talk about, because it's once again, it's a synthetic, it's a textile, it's very hard, and you know, it's more akin to what you find on the LeBron lows, just simply because of how tough it is. The toe box itself is an okay design. It has a half TPU outer shell here, and it has a little bit of a weather coating here, kind of like what you'd see on the lows. Once again, on the inner part of the shoe, you can really start to see where that fly wire starts to kick in, and it's one of those things that's kind of hidden from sight, but you know, if you're paying attention, you notice it's there. LeBron James branding on the lace section here, and that's actually it's actually a plastic piece. It's raised off of it, and it's like a rubber. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a cool design there in green and blue, regular laces that come with this thing. I'm gonna highly suggest that you guys do a lace swap on these and put some pink laces on them, because I've seen a couple videos where they do a lace swap and it looks amazing. These shoes, it really brings out the South Beach-ish colorway, South Coast, whatever the hell you want to call it. How many more years of play do you think LeBron has left in him, man? And make sure you guys hold on to your LeBrons, eh? One day he's got to retire, and everything that you got in your closet is going to be OG. LeBron James signature here on the tongue in that lime green as well, and it almost looks like they tried to implement some of that fly wire underneath there, even though I don't know, but it just is what it is. It's basically a synthetic textile TPU hybrid tongue with a little patch of some really synthetic feeling plastic here on the inside. The tongue itself is made of a plushy kind of not plushy actually, it's just a neoprene. It's very thin, but it feels breathable, to tell you the truth, man. You know, the inside of the shoe is pretty decently cool, man. I'm gonna rip these insoles out, but look at the interior of the shoe, man. Really cool. Has some decent padding right here on the corner of the ankle, and it's textured too to help prevent slipping. Woo, neoprene inner booty, can't go wrong with that. Well, it's not her inner booty, but the inner is lined with neoprene, so what? Still feels the same. And I gotta love that padding though. I really do like neoprene inner booties just because they're so comfortable. Now this tongue has a lot of padding on it and it's very plushy feeling. The lace slits are basically green with, you know, you got a LeBron James signature on there, and it just is what it is, man. The inner booty really is kind of what makes the shoe for me, man. Just looking in there, putting your foot in is an experience every single time. Now these are pretty low cut in the heel, but they're very high up in the ankle section. Now this is a design feature that I found that Yeezy actually made popular, this whole high up in the front, low in the back. And let's take a look at the back of these sneakers because there's some design elements here that are pretty cool. As you can see here, you have your double LeBron James badges here in back, and this is a kind of like a rubberized kind of a feeling patch here, and it's in blue and green. You have these lace tabs here which are pretty cool. It says 9 for LeBron 9, and the pull tabs are a little bit different than you'd see. Usually you get that fabric loop or whatever, but these are a bit plastic. I'm not sure how functional these are and how long they're gonna last, but it just is what it is. Now as you can see here, you got LeBron James branding here. I believe this is Cushlon because it's very squishy and it's very malleable. It has a lot of pop to it, so I'm guessing it's a Cushlon or a Phylon. Personally, it's injection molded into the bottom, so you can see it goes straight through to the outsole. You have a woven shank plate here, and that's very strong, this shank plate. You can see here you have your Air Max 180 air bag here, very big, very plush, and very squishy. There's a very good these actually are very functional, and you really notice this on the heel portion of your shoe because of how it stands out. Now you really notice the zoom pads in the forefront here, and yes, it is zoom in the forefront, as you can see here. Air Max 180 and zoom pads. That's pretty much the standard setup on most LeBrons, but I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Zoom is really springy, man, and for me personally, I enjoy full-length Air over Zoom because Zoom seems to be a little bit too springy. I feel like when I wear it, I actually should be playing ball or something, and you can kind of notice how it bows underneath here, and the Zoom pad is kind of stuck in here, and that happens when you have a really thin outer outsole, and the Zoom pad is really just poking out the bottom of the shoe for the most part, man. Everything's contained nicely in this icy blue outsole traction here, and this outsole. This traction pattern is really weird. It's almost like a chain link, and it has, you know, it has a bunch of different textures here, but it should still be functional. Now, technically, I wouldn't classify this necessarily as a clear sole. It's a bit of a semi-translucent, but it has enough depth in the color where it's probably going to stay this color for a little bit, at least a little bit. Maybe not every day, you know, if you're wearing it every day in the week, but the color should stay for a little bit, I hope. Just don't wear them out in winter. More than likely, you're gonna have to wipe the bottom of your feet every couple of minutes when you stop playing, if you're using these to play ball. But definitely a fan of this injection molded Phylon. It goes all the way through to the outsole, and it's just a great color. But the stitching, everything else looks clean. The interior of the shoe is very comfortable, and you know, I'm just wondering about the narrowness. LeBrons are notoriously narrow, so usually any pair of LeBrons I buy, I'm going up half a size, fam. My toes need the room. All right, fam, let's take a look at the box. We have a white LeBron James box with a red logo, and you know, it's a pull-out box. One of my favorite. You know, they say don't pull out, but I say pull out every time. They got a silver pull-out ring here, and let's see what the box has to offer. Box reads LeBron 9 black lime glow Dutch blue, size 10.5. And if you'll notice here, the MSRP is actually ripped off, and probably for good reason. These shoes are actually $270, which makes them officially more expensive than Jordans. Go figure. Come on, Nike brand, man. Let's work on that pricing. Now, what do you guys think of these LeBron 9s, and how many do you have in the stash, if any? Because I know a lot of people have other grails and stuff, and you know, the hype beasts are buying whatever's popular, but these, if they sit, it's gonna be a tragedy, man, because this colorway is actually fire. Can't wait to put them on foot. Let me know what you guys think of these, and yeah, it just is what it is, man. These feel solidly well built, especially on the outsole. Very solid construction, and the upper has a lot of play to it, and you know, there's a lot of padding and stuff, so I'm expecting these to be pretty functional for the most part. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comment section, and let me know if you guys think that putting the pink laces on this, I don't have any personally left, I think I gave them away, but yeah, man, put some pink laces on this. Very sporty looking, and you know, it's gonna be something that people are going to sleep on until you start seeing them on foot. Then you're gonna wish you had them. On foot coming up next, man. I want to show you guys what these look like on foot. Well, I mean, a lot of people like these shoes. Me personally, I'm a LeBron 7, 8, 11 kind of guy. Everybody has their own colorways and favorite silhouettes. This is the shit right now, man. And some people actually like the other versions of this, which come with a more, you know, carbon fibery feel to it, man. They have a whole different textile on this upper, and it's a different feel. These shoes are a little bit different than your one-off. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of these in the comment section below. You know, the more I look at the shoe, the more I actually like this shoe, man. The more I like it. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. We'll be back again with I got a surprise shoe coming up for the next episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, on foot coming up right now. You already know, fam. Let's go. Perfect.